If you guys watched our last video, you saw that we toured a number of campers back in Michigan, and we actually ended up flying to Montana for the 4th of July to see some friends and Amelia's brother. And funny enough, right next to the Bozeman airport is an outdoors RV and the exact model that we're looking at.
This is a camper that Connor has been looking at since the very beginning of this search, and he's felt like this is kind of the perfect one for us. And it's pretty perfect that this worked out along with this trip we already had planned. So we're about 15 minutes away. Can't wait to tour it with you guys.
Let's go see if this camper is exactly what we think it's going to be.
And what that means for our future. There she is.
But we don't like the slide outs because, you know, we like to park or stop like at a truck stop.
Yes, we do too.
You know, and with the slide out, you can't actually even use the bathroom hardly.
Yeah.
You know, the last one you had to climb over the countertop.
Oh,
to
absolutely,
get that bathroom.
yeah.
You know,
Or put groceries away, whatever it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff that you do on the road.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a 2016 outdoors RV Creekside 20FQ. It's a no-slide front queen bed with a rear living room camper. Outdoors RV is known for making quality campers and focusing on true four-season use. And for off-grid camping, this trailer does come with 66 gallons of fresh water, 40 gallons of black and gray water tanks, and 2 30-pound propane tanks, which is about double everything we have in our current trailer. One of the things that we did love about this camper is the arched roof, which adds just a little bit of extra interior height, the spacious queen bed with room for us to walk around each side, and of course the large rear windows over the dinette. There is ample storage for extended camping trips, and overall just seems to check all of the boxes of a camper that we are looking for. Yeah. And we used to be in a truck camper for a couple of years, this company, the sister company, makes truck campers, RE Fox, that are really nice. So we've known that the quality is good.
Right.
Yeah, big insulation.
Yeah.
We actually, what I do actually is I put a piece of foam underneath these as well to be
okay.
comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And for, you know, like if you're working and stuff, like
Yes.
you know, they flatten here.
Oh, yeah.
And we love that one too,
Yeah.
with the kitchen at the back and then a living in the middle.
Has a nice little skylight, which is pretty cool, along with all of these 180 view windows. I think we're liking it pretty so far. Especially, can you imagine this when it's raining?
The floor plan comes in at 20 feet long and 24 feet from bumper to hitch, so it's only like 3 feet longer than our current Winnebago, but it's also 8 feet wide, which gives us just a little extra space inside. That's about the size difference between this one and ours. Alright, we just got in the car after a little walkthrough with Debbie and Tom, and honestly, I mean, the layout of that camper is probably perfect.
Yeah. The other thing that I really liked walking around is I could see so much potential of us putting our personal touch on it. It still had all the wood, which was really pretty, but sometimes I like to break it up and add some color, and I don't know, I could just see it having a little more white, making it a little brighter and more open. And then the windows. Those were nice.
The big thing that we want is rear living with lots of windows and a north-south bed and a little bit taller inside maybe.
Yeah.
So it checks all the boxes, and it felt like it was made pretty well. It's a 2016, so it's almost 10 years old, which is the same year as our trailer now, which means, you know, it's going to have some stuff that goes wrong. It's going to be a little bit worn just because it is 10 years old. But you can tell it's built better than a lot of other RV brands. It's a great camper. The biggest challenge is the fact that it's in Montana and we're in Michigan, so logistically it may not make sense, but we've driven out to Montana multiple times before, so
if you vote for us to pick it up in Montana, let us know.
Who
Maybe
knows?
then we'll do it.
Let us know what you guys think about the camper. We're gonna head back now, and we'll see you in Big Sky.
Yeah?
We're gonna tour Big Sky a little bit, go on a hike, and just enjoy some time in Montana before we head back to Michigan.
And probably still talk about the camper a little bit.
That's for us to do. We'll fill you guys in later.
See you guys. Well, good morning. We are basically at our hike that we're doing with you guys today. It is called Bear Basin Trail, and it is in Big Sky, Montana, which is where my brother lives. And so Connor and I are here today. We left Barkley behind because it was pretty warm just to go explore on our own. We have been here so many times, but have never really explored hikes nearby, so I'm just excited to take you guys with us.
We're starting this hike off at a property called Lone Mountain Ranch, and there's a restaurant here called Horn and Cantle, and we've eaten at the restaurant, but it was in the winter time and we never really got to see any of this property. So we take like a 30-minute trail to the start of the actual trail. We don't have to move the car twice. We may eat lunch here if we get back in time and the place is still open. So let's go see just what this hike's all about. I think we've only been out to Montana with you guys one time in the summertime, but we've been here multiple times in the winter. It's honestly one of our favorite places. But this time we flew in, obviously, because it was a shorter trip and it would take like a week for us to drive each way. But part of flying in and not driving in is you don't really get acclimated to the elevation. And so far this is straight uphill, and we haven't done that much activity over the past week while we've been here. And honestly, not a lot of cardio over the past month, especially with my back being kind of hurt. It's feeling better, but I'm definitely out of shape, and being 7,000 feet up is not helping that.
So it seems as though where we parked is about 40 minutes walking straight uphill to the other trail, but we just ran into a couple telling us that it kind of just ends where we were walking. So we took a side trail because it sounded like it was going to lead us to the water, and then we found a new trail. So I think we're just going to make our own walk up today, and I don't know. No matter what, I think it's going to be beautiful. This is a gorgeous property. I'm just happy to be out walking today. It's a little warm, but I'm liking it. About to walk right through that. But I did it.
So we've had a couple days to think about the camper, the outdoors RV that we walked through whenever we were near the airport, and we're still not sure about it. I think we were both wanting to be wowed whenever we walked inside, and the layout is great, but I don't know if it's like the perfect layout that's so much better than the camper that we have now. And if they have one close to us, logistically it could be a lot easier, but we also don't want to sit on two campers. So maybe we'll try to list ours for sale, and if we can sell it, then we'll change and just find something to work. And if we can't sell it, then it should be fine for our next season of travel. I think the big windows, the north-south bed, and just like the small things that it offers are definitely a nice upgrade. But is it worth the change? Probably. I just don't know that logistically we can actually make it work right now. So we'll see. Definitely still an option, especially if we can find one closer to Michigan. But getting all the way over here, I just don't know if that's exactly on our plans for the rest of the year. But plans change, so we'll see.
I was just listening to what Connor was saying, and honestly, I feel like our best case is to list our camper, see if it can sell, and if it does sell, then that does open kind of some more options for us. We're just not sure if the transition makes sense. Yes, it has what we're wanting. I think what really was holding me back is that it's not as much of a wow, and also the bathroom wasn't like, oh my god, this is a huge upgrade, which is something Connor and I really do want in the next camper. But on the other end, when we looked at other campers, the nicer bathrooms also came with bigger campers. So you know, we do have to give or take a little bit more than we're willing. I think we thought we'd find like the perfect camper for right now, and I don't know if we're going to, so there are some things we have to compromise on. But if this camper now sells, then maybe we'd, you know, trade into a different one. It just depends how much money we get for it. But it's fun to look at them. It's fun to debate what we like. I don't know. My brain's all over the place about this one.
Trying to keep all these horses on trail. Thank you.
I don't really know if what we're walking has like an actual trail name. It may just be part of the property and then, you know, just trail for horses and people to use throughout the stay. But it's beautiful. The trail we were supposed to end up on did have some reviews that said it was very muddy and tons of mosquitoes still. It rained a lot over the past week. So if that's the case, then I'm glad we're on this one because it's dry as can be and just gorgeous. The other thing is, depending on the camper market right now, which I think has slowed down quite a bit. You know, we bought ours for 13 and it's 10 years old. But realistically, probably couldn't sell it for like 9 or 10. And then we'd have to put 8 to 10,000 in for another used camper. And that will get us a long way in the next year of travel. So I don't know financially if it makes sense. Our camper right now is just fine. You know, we end up showering at all the campgrounds we stay at anyway. And I don't think we're going to be doing any crazy winter camping in it this year because it's just not what we're talking about. So realistically, this camper would work for another year and might be the smarter decision just so we can spend our money actually doing things and enjoying new places, but have to at least consider a new camper and look through enough of them to make sure it's the right choice or not. We've been walking for 45 minutes and we're already a mile and a half in, and we're just now getting close to the start of the Bear Basin Trail that we originally set out to walk. On a map, it looked way closer parking at this place than it did parking at the trailhead. Honestly, we've only seen like one set of people and this has been gorgeous, so no complaints.
I kind of want to get in, but I also don't want wet shoes. That's funny.
What is it?
These are like nature's steps. Okay. How did it feel? Good?
Great.
That feels so good. Oh, more horses!
It's gonna sound really weird, but it smells like grease.
What?
Yeah, like axle grease or tractor grease. That's what it smells like. I don't know.
That's the most Connor comment I've ever heard.
I think the second river spot up here is a great place to turn around. It's about a mile and a half in, and if we want to have lunch down at Horn and Cantle, they do close at 2 o'clock. So by the time we get down there, it should be about perfect. This has been great. We just wanted to get our heart rates up and come walk some areas out in Big Sky. It's been nice.
Yeah, not really knowing what we were ending up doing and the trails switching. We probably have walked 5 different trails. It has been beautiful. I was hoping we'd find a trail that had a little bit mountain view, some wildflowers blooming, and I mean a creek running by isn't too bad. So I think we checked them all off our list. I'm having a good time, and I think lunch is also going to be delicious. And now we get to see the view in reverse. I'm loving today.
one of the ways you know you're in Montana is whenever the hotel rents you bear spray for free on your hikes.
I also realized I haven't said thank you to you guys for all of your comments on our last video, your suggestions, and just everything you had to say about kind of outdoor RV campers, which is the one we looked at. Thank you for putting those in there. It helps make our decision a little bit easier and kind of reassures us whether or not it is a good camper or if other campers maybe are better. You know, who knows? Along with the whole slide debate. I know that always gets everyone talking. And after just Connor and I talking quite a bit on this hike, we've realized that we're just gonna list our camper, and if it sells for the price that we would like for it to sell, then that's fine, and we can pivot pretty easily and find a camper we do like. And then if it doesn't sell, then well, we'll keep it. We'll make some adjustments that'll make our life just a little bit easier and still travel in the camper. Either way, we're gonna keep traveling for about 6 months of the year. So whatever we have, it's not going to change that part of it, and that's key.
Kind of ran into a dead end here. They're doing a bunch of excavation work right here, and it was right through the middle of the trail. So now we're looking to see where it restarts. Thinking right there.
We're almost back. Honestly, whatever trail or trails we walked, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. That was really, really pretty.
Ended up with the grouper tacos, and Amelia did like a vegetable panini sandwich. Perfect post-hike meal.
The vibes here are great. Very Montana. The food's very good. All around good day.
That was a great lunch and definitely a really cool spot. Just the area itself, the fact that this place has all kinds of little cabins and a great restaurant makes it a special spot.
Hope you guys enjoyed coming along with us, just exploring a new camper potentially and going on a hike in Montana. I know I enjoyed doing both of them and they worked out really, really well. And again, thank you guys for all of your patience with us trying to find a new camper or not. Who knows? We're not really sure, but we'll probably list the camper soon, see what happens, and of course, always keep you guys posted.
Hope you guys have a large day. We'll see you back in Michigan.
Bye, guys!